Hey guys, so basically I'm obsessed with buying keyboards. I think I have a disease, buying keyboardinitis, if that's something. But the truth is that I'm on this quest to find the best keyboard I can for my Mac. I'm a Mac user, Apple user, so I have a couple of limitations actually in options. I mean, PC users have like this plethora of keyboard options from like mechanical gaming and all that. But for me, I want the best one. I want something that's big. Currently, I've been using this baby, the original Apple keyboard. And unfortunately, the B just refuses to glue back on. Although I'm sure I can professionally get it fixed, but I think its time is over. It's not even straight anymore. It's kind of crooked. It's like twisted. So I wanted something that had all the buttons on it. And I wanted something with dedicated Mac keys, especially the launchpad one. Even more than the command option, I like the launchpad. I just use this a lot. So my choices are actually, they come down to two keyboards according to me. The best ones, which is the KEYCHRON K4 version 2, which I have and I'm gonna review it in this video, and the Logitech MX keys, which I've heard a lot of good stuff about as well, which actually looks more like this one. So in this video, I'm gonna review the K4, which is the KEYCHRON. Probably in the coming up videos, I'm gonna do the Logitech MX keys as well. And I'm gonna do a head-to-head comparison too. So keep an eye out for that. But let's go review the KEYCHRON K4. I've had it for over a month. I've been using it quite a bit, so I really understand it. And I'm gonna tell you whether it's actually worth the money or not. And then we're gonna go to the next MX keys, etc. in the next videos. So let's go check out the KEYCHRON K4. Okay, so the first step, let's unbox this baby. And when you do, we first see this nice black box. When we open it, we get this intro instruction card and a bunch of details in it. Then this switch card, which tells you to check the pin direction when charging the switches. Then some more instructions. Then this switch tool. The USB-C cable. This switch grabber. And these extra switches if you want to change them for PC instead of Mac. And there you go. Okay, so what specs did I get in my keyboard? Because there are a bunch of options you can select when you're buying this online. Well, basically what you can do is you can either get a white light one or an RGB one. You can get a simple gate-on switch one or a hot swappable gate-on switch one. You can get a red switch, blue switch, or a brown switch. And the red is more balanced, the blue is more clicky, and the brown is probably the most smoothest or softest perhaps. So I chose the red one, the red switches, because I like the balance. I like them to be clicky but not too clicky. And the blue would be really good for you if you like that really clicky sound, which I thought I would rather have something more balanced. So I took the red switches. Also, I got the hot swappable ones because that just makes sense. It's so much easier to just switch out a key if ever I wanted to. Not that I intend to be honest, but it's a good thing to have. And as you know, I chose the K4, not the K2. The K4 is the 96% size one. It has 100 keys in it and it has pretty much all the keys, including the numpad, only without the spaces and gaps that you're used to in a big keyboard. So we'll talk about that later right now. But now let's go to the features. Okay, so as for the features, I'm going to first mention what's different in the version 1 and the version 2. The version 2, the one I have, which is the newer version relatively, this has Bluetooth 5.1. So it has a newer Bluetooth version. It has an inclined base frame. Also, they changed the delete button placing. It used to be in a different place, which was over here. And now it's much easier. So in a single hand type, you can press delete, which is pretty much a really important button to have close to your fingers if you type without looking. So they also changed the keycap scheme and they added a caps lock indicator. So basically this thing, it lights up red, which I doubt you can see in this light, but it does because I've been using this. So that's the real difference between the version 1 and the version 2. But as for the features, this has a 4000 milliwatt battery. And what happens with the white light one, which I have, is that it lasts 68 hours, I believe. What is it? Yeah, 68 hours with the light on, with Bluetooth on. And if this was an RGB version, it would last 72 hours. So the RGB gives you more battery, about 4 hours more. So that makes sense because white light takes more energy, and RGB, when it's just blue or red, that actually takes less electricity because to get white, you have to mix all the colors. And if you're doing a single color, it's always going to consume less. So that's the first basic feature that I wanted to mention, the battery. And I've been using this for about over a month, and it's good. I've only charged it once, which I really like. The second thing is this has a USB-C port, and it comes along with the cable you saw in the unboxing. Also, this has a Windows/Android to Mac/iOS button. So you can use this with your Mac and iPhone, or you can just change this middle button and turn it into a PC layout. So basically what that does is it changes the layout of the buttons from Command, Option, Control to the Windows and Alt and Control, the way you like it or you're used to on a PC keyboard. So that's really cool. And the first button, which is over here, that actually is Bluetooth, cable, and off. So you can turn it off yourself. The cool thing is that this thing turns off itself in about 10 minutes, I believe. And that could be annoying for some people, that you're doing something, watching something, when you press the keyboard, it doesn't turn on. And then you realize you have to wait about 5 seconds until it does. So that could be annoying to some people. For me, it wasn't such a big deal, to be honest. So this is a 96% keyboard, meaning that it is smaller than these other big ones. And it has pretty much all the buttons though. Now, personally, what they've done is they made the keys slightly smaller and they've kind of packed them in. You know, they push them in. So that could be great for some people, slightly annoying for some. Personally, I prefer bigger keys, and I like that numpad being slightly on the side to be able to use those numbers. That's kind of a personal thing of mine. Some people may not have that, but what can I say? So also this has a dedicated light button which changes the pattern of the lights, and it goes from stagnant to I think 10, 12 different types of variations. It's got a wave, it's got a when you touch it, it lights up, and a bunch of other things. So you've got a lot of light modes in it, which is cool, no doubt about that. And I keep it to the stagnant one. I keep it to the one that's just light on always, because that's the point of it for me. So these have KEYCHRON keys, and those keys are slightly more budget friendly compared to Cherry keys. And Cherry keys are supposed to be slightly more long-term, life-wise reliable perhaps, but these are really good and people love them. They have a lot of options as well, so that's a good thing. The other thing is that a very important part is that you can connect 3 devices at the same time to this keyboard. And if you notice, this 1, 2, and 3 have this Bluetooth logo on them. You can just switch between your devices, and this will go from your iPhone to your MacBook to your iPad or whatever you've connected. And if you're on your PC, it'd go to your Windows Surface tablet or whatever to your PC and stuff. So I really like that, and that's a great option. Then this has a 9-degree incline, and I like it. I can put these legs up too, so that's pretty cool. I never do. I think their natural incline of this is really nice, and I use it as it is. Okay, so now the most important part of this video. How do I like this? Because I'm somebody who owns this and has been using it for over a month, and previously I used the original Mac keyboard. So my point of view on this is that it's a really good keyboard. It's from a good company. It's really popular. I love the sound. This clicky mechanical sound is amazing. It's just addictive. And personally, I'm a guy who hasn't really used mechanical keyboard too much. So this was a great introduction to me. This is a sound test. I'm gonna let you hear it now. Spacebar. I love the sound, and the feel is also really good. It's a little high for my wrists, that I have to say, and being used to something that was so flat, it's a big difference. And you can just hear the sound of the normal Apple keyboard as well. It's crap, the sound wise. So the thing is that this thing, it feels good. It sounds amazing. My only problem with this is quite personal, that this is a 96% keyboard, which is what you buy. So it's kind of dumb of me to say this, but I like the gap between the numpad and the rest of the keyboard. I like this. I like this space so that when I'm typing, I just I can just hit that. I know where it is. I didn't get used to this enough. Personally, there's a reason for that. I know the next keyboard I'm getting is the MX keys, which I'm gonna review as well. And I know that's exactly the same layout as this. This is why I'm selling this keyboard again. Not selling, throwing it away. So basically, I know that. That's why my mind did not let me get used to this layout, because I know I will eventually also have that layout as well, and I can edit and do stuff without looking at the keyboard then. For this, I have to keep looking down. Okay, this is delete, this is that, because it's kind of a different form factor. It's unique. It's not a common keyboard. All my other keyboards are like this one. So basically, that's my only issue with it. The battery is great. I would say it hasn't been a problem. It's very long lasting. Charging it is a breeze, just like 2 hours or something. And I just have a USB cable always available to me whenever I have to charge it suddenly. And I've only charged it once in this month, by the way. So that's really good. I love the lighting. I did prefer to buy an RGB one, and by mistake, I kind of got the white one. So to be honest, I don't mind because the white looks great as well. And in a dark environment, I like it. It's no problem. I love the keys. I love the fact you can change them. You can change them around. I showed you the other extra keys. So it's good for PC as well and Mac. It's got a good weight to it. It's not too heavy, not too light. You can take this around. You can take it to your lounge and connect it to your TV if you wanted. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. I really actually think it's a great keyboard, and I highly recommend this keyboard to people who don't mind the 96% form factor and can overlook the layout difference. That's it. It's all about this layout difference. That's it. That's the only con about this keyboard, I think. It's not that this shuts down after 10 minutes to save its battery. I think you can change that in the settings as well, by the way. So that's not even a con. The only con for me is being used to this and having to adapt to this. So that's not even a con. I would say it's a great keyboard. Definitely it gets a thumbs up for me. Personally, I may prefer the MX keys, although I haven't reviewed it yet. Maybe I don't. Maybe I still like this because the sound is so amazing. The MX keys won't give me that sound or that feel or the hot swappable keys. This has a lot going for it as well, but that's the only thing. So that was my video for today. I hope you liked it. I hope it was useful. Till our next video, hopefully about the MX keys, or maybe you might have to wait a few videos because I haven't gotten that yet. I may do some other ones before that. But till then, take care. Leave me a comment. Subscribe if you want. Bye.